And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition here of the KungFu Cup. The KungFu Cup week number 13. We're here in the semifinals and we are loading into our ZVT. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the red Terran player. We have the French Terran. For Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player. The blue Zerg player himself, the South Korean Zerg, representing onside. It is SHIN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. As we're here, we have made it. We are live. And coming into this series, I'm curious to see how Clem will be adjusting, especially coming into the new and latest version of the game. For those that are unaware, Terran players have been struggling immensely in TvZ. Clem especially has had a very hard time against top Zergs over the past week of play. But now with the larva change, that does mean that TvZ mid-game is much more accessible. If you missed it, I highly recommend the tournament we casted earlier this morning, the Pigstar Cup. We did cast many a ZVT featuring Bjorn, Cure, and Solar, and they were bangers. Like, they were very, very good series, very good matches. This series has a lot to live up to based on Pigstar Cup earlier this morning. We'll see how SHIN and Clem do approach each other here as we delve into our matchup. I will say that due to the Widowmine change, we have seen mid-game play be more dynamic. Of course, due to the Larva change as well, Terran players have been able to keep up that much more as well, but that's only off of this morning's events. We'll see how this evening compares. We'll see. So I'm happy that you missed out on the Terran Mad Scramble. I mean, I don't know how confident he is at the moment with PvT. If you remember, Clem this morning did get, I want to say, got 3-0'd by Cure in PvT. So I'm sure he's probably excited that he avoided that portion of the bracket. Like, I don't like I don't know how confident Clem is with his Protoss versus Terran at the moment. So hard to say. And again, like with the latest patch, with the latest changes, like TvZ looks a lot more dynamic. Looks much more dynamic. Salte is probably happy. He's probably very, very happy. For now, though. For now, we are going to be settling in. Reaper moves out across the map. Again, standard opener here by SHIN, and we'll see how Clem will open up. We've been seeing a lot of 1-1-1 based play here so far. Even some unique 2-1-1 variations out of Cure as well this morning. And typically, if Cure is doing something, Clem is often not too far behind when it comes to their builds. So, again, I'm curious to see if that trend continues here as well. Curious. Welcome to Sanctuary 3. Sanctuary 3 is one of the more defensive maps in the map pool. It's a little bit more medium sized. We have the slow zones in the center to slow down pushes, to interrupt and to delay engagements, of course. And behind this, there it is, third CC before starport, economic build out of Clem. And you can already see, like, this kind of build, this kind of opener here, Clem avoided it entirely last week. Well, for the past 7 days, I should say. For the past 7 days, like, Clem, he like, this was not viable. No shot. It was just non-stop, like 2 base all-ins and 2 base play and proxies. So let's go. I'm ready. I'm excited. Up and now it's going to be a 3cc 2-1-1. So it's going to be 3cc 2-1-1. Let's go. Let us go. Second ranks is on the way before the starport. We're going to be opening up with initially 4 Hellions into Mass Marine into a stim timing early on. Behind this, though, very fast lair out of SHIN. Oh my god, that was what, a 350 lair timing. With the earlier lair here, this does give access to potentially 2 base Muta. Oh, Reaver Scouts. Yeah, big moment here. Big moment. Big scout out of Clem. Does see the incredibly fast lair. Confirms the later expand. And I feel like Clem is already on the road that he wants to be on. I mean, with the 2-1-1 variation, he's already working on Stim, Mass Marine, Mass Spire. He can support this army with Widowmines, of course. We're making the assumption that this is going to be Muta play, but we'll see. As we saw Solar struggle quite heavily this morning with Mutas. Was struggling. Oh, 2 Ace Hydra. Okay. We're bringing it back. For those who remember, 2 Ace Hydra was very trendy like 2 months ago. Like around April-ish of this year. April of this year. We did see that that this was a lot more trendy. We saw this from players like Shin, Rogue, and Solar that were mixing it into their builds, into their games, into their matches, coming into GSL Season 1. Oh, and Clem is going for a Hellbat push. Okay, so a 3cc 2-on-1 Hellbat push out of Clem, going for continued reactor to Hellion production. So very quirky, very aggressive here by Clem, and we'll see if Shin can defend. Now, because of Shin's build, 2-base Hydra, what does that mean? We're skipping Banelings, right? That's what this means. It's going to be Ling and heavy Hydra tech, no Banelings to defend. So because of that, there's potential here for Clem. He does have potential. We'll see if there are enough Hydras to hold his own, or if this becomes too much. I believe Clem is reading this as 2-base Muta, and this will kill 2-base Muta, but it's not Muta, it's Hydra. Here come the Hellbats. Yeah, Hellbats they morph in. The build is revealed. Shinny pulls back, he's got 3 queens. Yeah, Hydras are slowly building up, but it's too late. Yeah, the Hydras are too late. 1, 2, 3 queens going to be going down. Massive pickup going for the Hydras as well. Lings, they cannot engage, and Clem, he's doing it. He's breaking through. He's breaking through. Every queen falls. We do have a couple of Hydras trickling in. It's close. It's still so close, as he barely doesn't have enough. Clem, he resets the queen count, but the Hydras will barely defend. Whew. And again, imagine this same game, except instead of Hydras, we had a couple of Mutas trickling out, right? Again, if this was 2-base Muta, Shin would be dead, and Clem was hoping it was 2-base Muta. He didn't know it was 2-base Hydra. Where with the Hydras, they barely hold. Whew. Barely do hold on. With that, Shin, he does get away with his build, does shut down the initial push, and Clem is now in a rough position, because Clem devoted everything to that timing. He lost all the Hellbats, sorry, he lost all the Hellions, map control, medevac Marines as well, which means his third base is exposed. Exposed for expansion. Shin, he thought about pushing. He's going to pull back, waiting for Hydra speed, waiting for the upgrade. So waiting for the upgrade. But last Shin, he's still not droning. He's cutting workers early at 2.5 base saturation. 53 drones. Shin is committing. It's going to be a Ling Hydra all in, but still waiting for the upgrades. The Hydra speed is almost done. Tank getting in position. Lings, they do get into the mineral line. So far, catching up 4 CVs. 4 workers going down. Marines, they do trade. A bit of friendly fire there from the tank. Forcing a bit of friendly fire. Shin, he retained all the Hydras. True. But he needs more Zerglings. He does need more. He's within range of the CC. Ooh, little tank shells popping up. And that's still going to be 6 SCV kills. Oh, behind those Shin drones. Shin, now he starts droning. This droning here is late. It's delayed. So late droning, late saturation. Shin, the momentum that he once had, not anymore. Not anymore. And now Clem takes the lead. Clem, he's up in economy. He's up in momentum. He has built up his army. And Shin is late to drone, late to get a 4th base, and late to tech up as well. Oof. So again, Shin punished for trying to commit. I'm sure he was hoping he could hit pre-tank, but once that tank arrived, Shin could not touch his base. Could not move in. And you can see the pendulum swing from one player to the other, to now the other. Like, it's it's been swinging back and forth. Initially Clem with the Hellbat push, then Shin with the counterattack, and now Clem with his own counterattack. And here it comes. He's built up to 3 tanks. He's got his mass buyer. And remember, the most important thing here is that Shin is doing all this without any Banelings. So his army's weaker against mass bio. Does go for the counterattack. Clem is ready. Clem, he reacts in time. So does rotate. Pushing towards the Hydras. Tanks are getting within range of the hatchery. And I'm not so certain that Shin can hold on here. We do have some fungals, true. Oh, fungal lands. Oh my god, a massive fungal. Yeah, lands 2. The chain fungals. Every marine goes down. Clem, he clumps up, Bappy. He clumps up, and he will take everything to the face. The army goes down. The juiciest fungals we could hope for here. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, lack of splits, lack of spread. Shin is holding. He's holding on, Bappy. That is Clem, to be fair. Like, he's known for taking storms to the face, known for taking fungals to the face. It happens. It happens. So Clem pokes in, does catch a couple of attempted lurkers. We have 3 more lurkers on the way. not just shy. Yeah, exactly. See, Setsuna knows. It's a trend with Clem. It's a trend. Ah. I mean, he still might have won regardless, by the way. Like, it's as Clem is still rallying. But now we're pushing into lurkers. Yeah, 4 lurkers in position. Down to 3. Ooh. Once again, Fungal lands. Catching out the Bio Army. Some heavy losses here for Clem. Oh my god. As Clem is trying to push through. But again, now we have more lurkers building up. Clem behind us getting a 4th. And Clem is taking. Yeah, Clem is taking up as well. Go for Ghost. Liberation to the main base. Catching out a couple of workers. Clem once again looking for an opening. Doesn't find it. And SHIN has been taking out this entire time. The base count is still quite low and the creep is non-existent. That is true. But now we're building on more lurkers, more upgrades. Hive is now complete. Oh, yeah, massive. Oh my god, the lurker shots are crazy. Insane lurker connections. Yeah, here comes the Microbial Shroud. We do step in. Every tank falls. And again, it all came down to those fungals earlier. Those fungals, they just completely shut down the push. They stripped away any momentum that Clem had. It was all stripped away. Now it's time for SHIN to counterattack. Get the momentum. It swung back in his favor. True. Now it's Clem's turn, right? Is it? SHIN is moving in. We have 1 tank in position. It's going to be focused down. Lurkers are get within range. Here come the fungals. Oh, lands 1. Does end 1. There's no more fungals left. And our remaining, I believe there was an EMP. Lurkers within range of the CC, and the CC is going to be focused down. We go for the mash repair, but not good enough. Yeah, not good enough in the end. Clem trying to hold the line. Nice one. Tank within range as well. SHIN is going to be careful here. Losing another tank. Sorry, losing another lurker, I meant to say. Does lose another to the tank. Has to back up, has to rotate. Next up pulls away. Nice cancel here of these bases. Catching out 2 CCs. 1 CC even. Yeah, getting a better angle, a better position. I'm going for his counter drop. The damage is adding up. I'm trying to get within range. Is he out of a scan? Ah, he is. There was a moment there where I'm like, we could have scanned here, but because of the dead orbital earlier, we're down to only 2 orbitals. Yeah, here comes a scan. He has 1. Gets 1, 2, 3, maybe all 4 lurkers just barely. But again, scans are very limited here for Clem as he only has 2 orbitals. Demons get picked up. Free damage with the lurker. Okay, there is 1 scan available. Okay, let's go 1. Now 0. Okay, Clem barely holding on. Both armies are maxed out, but Clem is lacking the economy to sustain any kind of trades here. He's heavily oversaturated. Clem does have a high ghost count though. True. Got a lot of ghosts. Do we have any Vipers, by the way? No, still no Vipers. Yeah, still no Vipers. Tanks say siege. Clem moving in. And with all those ghosts, without any blinding clouds, with relying only on infestors here, I'm not so sure that SHIN can engage. Still no bathing speed either. Let's go. The 60-minute bathing speed. Snipes annihilate. Again, Clem is pretty all in with this. He's pretty all in, but his army is terrifying. He's got so many ghosts. 15 ghosts battling. Let's pull back. Oh, infestors shocking around. Ready for that moment. Here comes the fungal. Oh, that's one. Yeah, massive fungal. Bailey's your roll in. Bailey's speeds out complete. And massive connections. Oh my god. Insane connections. The ghosts, they go down. Oh my god. And do we have enough? Yeah, there's that much over shot towards the end. Barely will be enough. Getting some of the final tanks. Lunges forward. And barely one tank survives. Whew. Clem's still rallying. He's still rallying. GG gets called. Clem, he does have enough, and Clem takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A very intense, very dynamic game here between Clem and SHIN. Very back and forth, with one player getting momentum, then the other, then the other. As I mentioned, I want to echo my sentiments from this morning, actually. This game as well, very dynamic, which I appreciate. Very dynamic, very back and forth. A very intense game here. There's a lot of pressure on Clem. He was running out of scans. He was running out of bases. He was heavily oversaturated on one expansion, but he barely had enough to break through. Again, he built up his heavy ghost count, and ghosts, they popped off. They popped off when it mattered most. Sure, he took a fungal to the face. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. GG. Oh. GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting into our next game. Going to be loading into game número 2. Let's go. Going to be loading into BlackRock. And again, it was a very peculiar game as well, wanting it back. Remember, it all began with 2-Ace Hydra. Not even 2-Ace Muta, but 2-Ace Hydra here from SHIN. Again, we haven't seen him do this build in a couple of months. He brought it back. Clem, he was trying to hard counter 2-Ace Muta, failed to do so. That's why he got shut down. We saw the counterattack, even killing the CC. Like, it was, again, a very intense back and forth there between Clem and SHIN. And it looked a little bit dire there for Clem, just because he had no economy, he had no longevity in that game. But he built up his core army, his ghost count. He was able to push out with one massive move out across the map. And GG. GG, well played. Barely had enough. Whew. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2. And spawning in the right-hand corner of BlackRock, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg representing Onside. Down in the series, can he bounce back and force the ace match? It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Let's go. Let us go. As we are settling into our next game. As we're settling into our series. Whew, and welcome to BlackRock. Welcome to BlackRock. BlackRock is a much more aggressive map of the map pool. I will say, we said this in the previous series as well, that Sanctuary 3 does favor like a more defensive setup there, and we were able to see Clem try to build up into 4 bases. Here on BlackRock, it is much more difficult to maintain a 4-base economy, as the bases are much more spread out and they're much more open and exposed and vulnerable, as opposed to on Sanctuary 3, where we have some high ground advantage, we have some choke points, we do have some slow zones in the center as well. That is non-existent here on BlackRock. There are some choke points, and there's definitely some terrain in the center that can make things a little bit more awkward, and you can have some more dynamic engagements in the center of the map, but when it comes to defending the bases, it can be much more difficult to pull that off. Pull first. Pull first out of SHIN. Early pull, later expand. With this leads into earlier queen production, and I'm curious to see how many links are made, whether it's only 2, if we build up into 4, or even up to 6. With the initial link production, we can try to sneak out across the map and delay the CC. Bearing in mind that we're going for later gases. As it is going to be 6 links, okay. 6 links on the way. This cast is live. See someone in the YouTube chat asking, is this played on the new PTR update patch? Not PTR update patch, on the new hotfix. Remember, it's on the live version of the game, so we're playing on the new hotfix. Always assume that, you know, games are being played on the latest version. Make that assumption. There we go. Oh, yo, big shout to Shuriko the second. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. And welcome to KungFu Cup. To KungFu Cup number 13. We're here in the semifinals. Semifinalists, as we did have a pool first open out to SHIN. He does sneak out across the map. He will delay the CC. Boys are being pulled, and Clem shouldn't lose any workers here. Shouldn't lose any SCVs. I say that. Oh, SHIN wants at least one. He wants the one worker. Oh, barely does get us. One SCV goes down. And did successfully delay the CC by a couple of seconds. Did delay. Might get another, but barely will not. Oh my god, we're going 3CC 3 racks. Okay. Now, in the past, this was a build that was reserved for TVP, going 3CC into a second and third racks. But if you've been watching StarCraft over the past week of play, this is a build that has become more trendy against Zerg players during the PTR and during the new live version of the game as well. So 3CC 3 racks here. It's a very greedy build out of Clem, very greedy. It does lead into a stronger sim timing a little bit later on, but again, does actually provide you a very fast third CC, which leads into triple SV production and triple mules as well. So faster 2 base economy and faster 3 base economy. This kicks in the mid game. It does have a big power spike in the mid game once you get your third base fully operational. Meanwhile, SHIN is unaware. SHIN is playing blind, he's in the dark. SHIN is going for a massive link flood. Oh my god, 18 links on the way? SHIN? SHIN getting ready for a massive link flood here, and this might actually do well. Bearing in mind, because of the build that Clem is going for, there's no Hellion production. Remember, the factory is very late. It's a very, very late factory, so late Hellions. It's going to be vanilla Marines early on. And this is a big investment here by SHIN. If this fails to get damage done, then SHIN will fall behind. He wants the Marines coming in for this round. Oh, and he does. He does surround the Marines, and with that, every Marine goes down. And with that, Clem is punished. He's punished for the greed. He's punished for the build. He tried to get away with 3CC, but alas, boys are being pulled, and SCVs will go down. Heavy losses here for Clem, losing every single SCV. Ay, ay, ay. We got one Reaper to defend. One Reaper, papi. Oof. Yeah, Reaper goes down, the Marines, they get pounced upon, and GG. GG gets called. With that, we're going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Clem going for a hyper greedy build, which, as we mentioned, does have a big power spike in the mid game when you get your third base up and running, and SHIN just went for a big link flood. He went for a link flood. I'm curious what led SHIN to going for the link flood, because he didn't scout the main, so I don't think he saw anything. The best he could have assumed is because he saw no Hellions, he can assume either a 2-on-1, a 3CC 2-on-1, going 3CC 3 racks. I mean, it's hard to make that assumption, of course, but in the end was able to pull it off, was able to pull off link flood and just overwhelm. It's possible he just gambled, where he just assumed, okay, it's gonna be like at least a 2-on-1. I believe that I can punish you for skipping Hellions regardless, and he did more than punish. GG, well played. With that, SHIN does tie things up, and we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. We're going to the ace match, and we're going to be loading into Rainfall. Rainfall is much smaller map than Apple. The link saw the CC start. That doesn't give you a tell. It was a Rax expand, if you remember. It was Rax expand Reaper first, so that does not lead, or that does not allude to the build. So I would just assume that he maybe thought it would have at least been like a 2-on-1 and just went for link flood anyway. But with that, we're now getting into our next game. We're going to be loading into game number 3, the ace match. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg. The Blue Zerg player himself representing on side. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, third CC in the main. No, the third CC was thrown down after the links were killed, not before. But in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the French Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. There were some reports of some clown tournament runners saying they would protest and run on previous patch. I think the only tournament that did that was Maestros of the Game, but that was less so in protest. That was more so because like their rationale for it, which I think is valid, was that the entire tournament, the group stage, was played on the previous patch. So their rationale was that the offline portion should also be on the previous patch as well. as well as rainfall. We're going to be settling in. Also, MW saying check, and I just did. Yeah, so I just did. I just opened up the VOD. You can check it on YouTube. But the third CC was thrown down after the Lings were killed. So I checked. Third CC after Lings were killed. We pointed that out during the game itself. So we pointed that out during the cast, and I just confirmed. Here we go. As from here, we are going to be settling into our game. And we have our initial hatch gas pool. We have an initial opener. So far, standard play here for our 2 players. I believe Reaper first. Yep, does go for the Reaper. We'll be scouting across the map. And we'll see where Clem takes us this time. So far, okay. Playing much more standard here. Going racks in the factory. We're calming down. I don't know what you're seeing, NW. Yeah, it was the second after. Yeah, well, I know. That we pointed out during the cast. From here, it is going to be a standard follow-up here, going for a third CC before starports. So economic follow-up, standard economic follow-up this time out of Clem. Going for a 3CC 2-1-1. If you remember, Clem went for this build in game 1. Leading into an earlier stim timing. In game 1, after Clem saw the 2-base lair, he responded with a Hellbat push, and you said, I see 2-base lair. Yo, we're running it back, Pappy, but oh, never mind. It is 2-base lair. There's a 350 lair timing, but we're going for a very fast hidden Roach Warren. So, curious here. If Clem sees the lair like he did previously, then he may respond the way that he did, and it's possible here that SHIN wants that to happen, because if we go up against a Hellbat push, Roaches would completely shut that down. So Clem picks in, he's deflected, he's denied. Clem has still yet to confirm what's going on, and we're expecting a much faster Roach speed and much faster Roach based all-in. But in reference to Turner in the YouTube chat, I'm aware that there were some tournament organizers that were very vocal about their disdain of the patch, but I would say that, like, for the most part, like, they've kind of walked that back. for better or for worse. I'm pretty sure they've walked a lot of that back. So it is safe to make the assumption that all tournaments moving forward are going to be on the live version of the game. There we go. For now, we are getting to Roach speed. Once again, I still believe that Clem is yet to confirm. He did see the lair. He did not see the Roach run behind this, so we're massing up into +1 carabase into Roach speed. And there's going to be a timing available here for SHIN. Oh, yo, shout out to the changeling. Does confirm the drop. Yeah, you can see that Clem, he noticed a changeling and he did turn back around to kill it. Then he was like, nah, we just gotta go. Moves out, kills it with the SCV. Push is delayed. And SHIN, he's getting ready with his mass roach. So SHIN is gonna be cutting workers once again at 2.5 base saturation, 53 drones, 53 workers, mass roaches here for SHIN. Does hit the third. Does find a couple of SCVs, nothing major. Does force Clem to react. Does force a reaction. And SHIN is still not droning. bear that in mind. Still no drones out of Shin.
Go to mutation.
I've never heard that line before. God damn it, Diva. Every time. Every time. God damn it. It's a very Gosu mutation. It's very Gosu. As I can never look at Shin's vision. I can never do it. Can never happen. But here comes the all-in. Here comes the all-in. So Shin is built up to how many? Up to 20 roaches, soon to be 26 roaches. We've got 8 ravagers as well. Shin is moving in. There's going to be 2 tanks behind the main army. True. They're further back. Nice positioning here by Clem. No bunkers. Can Shin get within range? Their boys are being pulled. Wow, they zone the army. Mining is denied. So far denying mining, and Shin, interestingly enough, does not commit. He drones behind this. Okay, so now he starts to drone, content that he most likely will be able to deny the 3rd. And we'll catch up economically. As once again does force a lift. That's all he needs, just deny mining, catch up. Ideally he wants more than this, to be fair. Oh, he does commit in. We go for the sim. Breaks through some of the roaches. Biles A do not connect. And Clem holds. Clem he holds. He shuts us down. Not without losing a lot of SCVs though. As soil workers falling. Biles they takes out the medevac. Oh my god, the medevacs and the Marines. He takes the Biles to the face. Oh my god. Takes the Biles to the face. That might just be too much. Ay. Clem just getting a little bit too aggressive there. Chasing through the Biles. Not like this, Clem. Not like this. And with that, Shin is droned up. He's droned up to 73. He's amassing on more Roach Ravager. Shin is getting further ahead. And Clem just having a very shaky follow-up here. He was defending well. He was defending nicely. It wasn't bad whatsoever. And then he bled out the army. The army just crumbled. Oof. Not like this. Not like this. Clem, you're playing with fire right now, you know that? You're calm down, Clem, calm down. Now that's also lead into a later timing here. So Shin, he's running up to 73, getting a 4th base, building up into 2-2, into Ling Speed, into Ling Bane Roach Ravager. I say Ling Bane Roach Ravager, we might skip Banelings and go straight into Ultra Tech. That should be the go-to here for Shin, is Infestation Bit, into Hive, into Ultras. Now, whether or not Shin tries to kill Clem early on, or if he decides to wait for Ultras, based on the Infestation Bit, it looks like he may just wait. He may just wait for Hive Tech instead. We'll see how... the issue here is that if Shin does give Clem too much time, Clem can recover. Clem is of the caliber of player that he can bounce back from a deficit. It's not easy, but it is possible. There's that Hive. So Shin, he's working his way towards Ultras. Again, that is the go-to. Is the meta. Shin pulls back. We have our safety infestors on the way. Baiting the nest into eventually baiting speed. And we'll see what Clem can accomplish here. As he is spotted. There is a second army. Clem, he does race back home to defend. Drop will deny the expand. Not bad. Cancel the 5th. Dropping into the main. Anti-air is limited here for Shin, so this can be abusive. But oh my god, we got turrets in position. Oh my god. We got spores in position. They punished the medevacs. Clem pushing down mid. He's moving out down mid. The infestors, they have a bit of miscontrol. Losing 2 infestors already. Massive pickups. Shin, he did miss rally. And Clem, by catching those 2 infestors, now there's only 1 fungal. He can move in. He can move in. Going for that Global Shroud. Roach Ravager trying to engage. Does bow down 2 of the tanks. Not even. Oh my god, the bows are misplaced. Yeah, misplaced. 2 tanks finally go down. But Clem trades well. Clem, he trades very well here. He's going for the kill. Takes down the infestor. And he breaks through. He breaks through. He's overwhelming. Does barely save the tanks here. We attempted to flank. Again, for SHIN to lose 2 infestors before the fight began was brutal. Imagine a couple of fungals. Imagine extra blinding clouds or microbial shrouds. And with that, Clem has recovered. As he does focus on every single Ravager, rallies across the map, barely forced back. But in the end, the idea of just trying to wait until Hive Tech and wait until like even Ultra Tech as well, it's killing SHIN. It killed him. Tried to play it safe, didn't go for the kill, and gave Clem too much room. And with that, SHIN cannot keep up. Not like this, not anymore. GG gets called, and Clem will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Again, SHIN took a lead, and his plan there was to take that lead and get further ahead by droning, teching up Hive Tech, Infestors, laying Bane, and getting his 4th base up and running. But again, it allowed Clem to build up his own robust army to go for one big push across the map. He was able to end it then and there. Of course, SHIN did fumble the ball when it came to the defense. Again, to move command his Infestors forward, to lose 2 Infestors immediately. They were not in the same control group as the Roach Ravager, so there was a bit of miscontrol there, and that meant less fungals, less microbial shrouds, and that was imperative. That was crucial when it came to that defense with that Roach Ravager. GG, well played. With that, Clem was out of control, and with that, we have our first finalist ready for us. We're heading on over here to the Korean server for our next semi-finals. Let's go. Let us go. Exclamation mark. Be in the chat to have a look at the back yourself.